So both teams have had one win so far tonight. Comes down to this. Saved the best till last. Crowd is building during the course of the night to what we've got now, which is somewhere between 20 and 30,000. Perfect night. 27, 28 degrees still.
We saw Reid on Hurley at one end, and it's Carlisle on Cloak at the other.
Hawley did mention about Pears. I think it's a reasonable point, because he could be a pretty important player for them. He had a good season probably 2 or 3 years ago when he burst on the scene. He was very, very good. A lot of injuries, and it's a big game for him tonight, in the sense of just getting himself back in, as Hawley said, the best 22. So
you just see the officials checking with the umpires, checking with the benches. A little bit of confusion over the final nomination of players playing in this match.
But we know there's no Swan, no Shaw in this game for Collingwood. They've been put in cotton wool, having played in the opening win. Heppel shoots the handball out to Hibbert. He had a big game one. Heppel back to half forward to Hurley. Couldn't quite trap it. Colin Mooney chases this down for Collingwood. Couldn't get there in time to take it from his own teammate Dwyer. Flicked out by Ben Johnson. This is his first game of the night. Didn't play earlier. Delulio. And now Russell. Straight down the middle to Lynch. Pears, who also didn't play in game one. Bagley. Got under that a little. Russell. Crunch. Side bottom. Pokes it inside 50, but the Bombers have the numbers. Stanton.
Gee, Goddard's in space.
Bagley kicks smothered though. Yagmore just got a touch on it, knocked it down. Pendlebury, as you saw, the number 10 for Collingwood, didn't play in the opening game. So Johnson, Pendlebury, a couple of fresh bodies and experienced bodies. Beams, Harry O'Brien, Johnson goes for the 9. Gets the one.
He made a conscious decision then. He had a short option if he wanted to chip over the top, but he saw the vacant goal square. He was on the trusty left. He just got seduced by the 9 points, Ben Johnson.
Goddard, he's had a good night with his new club so far.
And that's what he does well. He's a really good distributor of the football.
Bell Chambers. And he thumps it, hoping for Cramery. Maxwell with him. Almost took an arm out. Jack Frost, number 45 for Collingwood, put his body on the line.
He's a good size too for a budding key defender, isn't he?
Flick back. Didn't quite work. Side bottom. Sinclair. Quentin Lynch working hard to get into position. Pears and Lynch. Pears fresh. Lynch played in game one. Good battle. Great one-on-one. Lynch with strength. Out of play.
Boys, late change there. Blair's out. He got the heavy knock in game one. He's pulled up a little ginger, and Sinclair's come in for him.
That's what the discussion would have been about with the officials, I suspect.
Heppel back towards the wing. Cramery. No one ahead of him. He can go for home if he wants to. Could go for 9. Handballs. Hurley. The 1-2's on. He missed him on the way back.
Well, I think that's having a preconceived idea that needed to be aborted before it was completed, because Nick Maxwell had the speed to go with Cramery. And so Hurley needed to take the shot once the hand pass came to him. He was looking to give it back to Cramery, but he just couldn't shake Maxwell speed-wise.
So Jack Frost again. Brother of Sam, who's on the Giants list.
It's not really a great position to be in the NAB Cup first round. Almost 30 years of age, Nick Maxwell chasing a young fella like Cramery all the way down, but he held up, the captain.
Yeah, it looked good.
Bagley. Stanton. Torpedo. Shrugged by Delulio and got it for too high, you'd think. Advantage paid. Jetta needs to nail it.
think one thing the Bombers have done well tonight, they've been pretty predictable going forward. And by that I mean predictable to their teammates. Most of the time they've bombed it in long, Jace, to that tall. Haven't been outmarked, and we see it again here. Good contest there by Hurley and Ryder. The smalls know where they're going. Jetta just picks it up, weaves his way through, kicks a goal, and then goes with the aeroplane, I think, after that.
He does. That's the first celebration we've seen. He gives it the little aeroplane.
Little aeroplane.
Bombers trying to put a tough couple of weeks behind them with 2 victories tonight. Seedsman got it off. McCaffer long. Cloak couldn't mark. Off hands though. Nice pounce, Dwyer. Kick not so good. And it's a free. Last kick out of play, Pears. Courtney Dempsey. Jetta and Yagmore. Good battle. Jetta through the legs. Cramery. Beams got there first. McCaffer. Cloak. Sits on him a little. Hudson's at full forward now. Thumps it down at his 3rd club. Make that 4th Sinclair. A roller. Got out. Hibbert. Carlisle.
Saw that kick going forward from Collingwood from Travis Cloak. That's not the first time he's done it tonight. You see it quite regularly. They come a little bit off the outside of the boot because he leans so far back during the kicking action. Makes it hard to get through the ball.
Bill Chambers has shown some good signs.
He also generally has that preconceived idea, doesn't he? As soon as he marks the ball about 80 out, he just swings around. He wheels around really quickly, so he doesn't see a lot of other options. He's got sort of one club in his bag when he does that. And look, most of the time they're set up for that anyway, but you just like him to lower his eyes every now and then just to make him a little bit less predictable.
Johnson, McCaffer, Sinclair for 9. Looks good. Looks fantastic. Collingwood take the lead.
He covered the distance very easily there. That's hit the back fence, but it was a poor turnover. David Myers just mishandling the ball up on the wing, and all of a sudden a couple of slick hand passes from the Pies. And have a look at this for a finish. Makes it look excellent. The swear.
Great timing.
Ryder to Hocking. Wits up to doing the ruck work. Fights on. Beams to Maxwell to Russell. Backtracks. Did well.
Yeah, well done.
Showed some great skills in his first night for his new club, Jordan Russell. Dempsey. Chased down by, he saw Big Ben Hudson.
Yeah, he ran it over the boundary line.
But Ben Hudson scared him over there. 4th club for Ben Hudson. Inside 50, playing off the rookie list. Hibbert, back of the pack. Bagley. Needs to be a good kick. Put Brown under pressure. Oh, good contest. Seedsman went hard. Kept alive. Brown. Stanton. This game's being played at a good pace. Hocking.
Benny Hudson's had more comebacks than Johnny Farnham. He's retired twice. He just gets a lifeline. I don't know what it is with him.
Tell you what he does do, Baz. He's physical. He makes sure it's body on body when he plays.
Well, it is an interesting recruit, isn't it? With his age and how many clubs he's been at. He's a really good club in Ben Hudson. He'd be good for the young ruckman, that's for sure.
Adelaide, Bulldogs, Brisbane, and now Collingwood. Hocking thought about going harder than that. Heppel. This looks good. A wobble from Gleeson. And a good mark. Reid didn't play game 1 and he looks fresh. Harry O played game 1 but still looks splendid. At full pace.
Got Cracker in the middle of the ground.
Kick not so good.
No.
Dempsey. Stanton. Heppel thinks about it. Short. Hurley just on him. Sat on him just as he thought he was going to take an easy mark on the run.
The last couple of kicks forward haven't been helpful for Michael Hurley.
No, not at all. First one didn't give him any chance. That wasn't a bad decision by Heppel, just to lower his eyes, but the execution wasn't great.
Quentin Lynch.
Got Pendlebury lurking.
Sits it up. Pendle's up. Oh, he left that for Cloak.
He's going to become an important player for them, Quentin Lynch, because they did lose Chris Dawes, and whilst he mightn't have been in peak form, he did play the backup ruckman to Darren Jolly, as well as being able to have a presence forward. This guy's got an incredible tank. You can see the size of him. He's nearly as big as a genuine ruckman, not quite as tall, but he's got the big frame. I think he's going to play a big role for the Pies.
Yeah, and he played backup ruckman at times for the Eagles, so he's certainly the perfect solution as a backup for Darren Jolly.
Sprays it.
I mean, clearly Dawes, 2 or 3 years ago, Jace, was a real critical player. Dropped off in form dramatically last year. So that formula in their premiership year was, was Jolly with the smaller backup ruckman that could go forward.
Alex Brown. Corey Delolio. Bell Chambers. Too strong, too experienced, perhaps, for Jack Frost.
It's a pretty good kick, Tom Bell-Chambers. He needs to go back, take his time, normal routine, take the shot.
Yet to notch up 50 games, but so much promise. Big year last year, 16-game season.
Yeah, it was a good year last year because he became the #1 ruckman at the club, didn't he?
And David Hill faces that prospect of being his #2 or #3 this year. This is only for 6. Across the face.
Yeah, the interesting one too, Dwayne, was Paddy Ryder. He's just, he promises and plays, as we see Brendan McCartney looking over, he promises and plays some reasonable games, and then he drops off dramatically, and he'll play a good quarter here and there. So yeah, he's one that I still feel's got some upside.
And you're never quite sure what his best role is. He can play key forward, key back, or ruck.
Exactly, yeah.
Side bottom knocks it down, lays a tackle. Drag down Kavanagh for the Bombers.
In the back.
Kavanagh wins the free. And this will give him a chance to have a crack at a 9-pointer.
Well, I thought it was a soft free kick to start with, and then Steele Sidebottom didn't like it, gave him a little nudge with the knee as he was getting up, and it's cost him 50.
So he can elect to go for 9 or to take the kick from inside 50 and go for 6. He's going to...
You'd make the 9 here, wouldn't you? There's about 5.
Depends if the player's capable of kicking it from outside.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah. So if this goes goalpost hole,
his AFL debut last year.
That's a 1 anyway.
But he'd be disappointed with that.
Just having a look at the Bomber midfield here. This is a midfield without Joe Watson, their leader, their best player, obviously coming off a Brownlow medal. Great to see them holding up in this second game as well as they did in the first.
See the athletic profile there for Elliot Kavanagh. Endurance, certainly one of his strengths. Testing similar to St Kilda star Jack Stevens.
And he was taken pick 19 in the 2011 draft, Elliot Kavanagh, so a reasonably high pick.
And again, with those athletic profiles, we're not suggesting they're going to turn into that player. That is a player that's been playing the game now that tested with similar results when he went through the draft combine.
Quentin Lynch. Now this is for 9 and he is within range. Fantastic delivery by Clinton Young.
Yeah, we just saw Dwayne there while they got Clinton Young. That was a beautiful kick.
I was going to say, what happened to the glove coming off? He put the mouth on now. No, he's going to keep it on for the kick. Tuck the mouth guard away, but he's keeping the glove on for the kick. It would be hard because you deliver it with the right hand. You wouldn't have the feel that you would have without the glove on. Oh, he's just drilled it.
And he hasn't made the distance.
No. Sort of punched it low, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
He joined us late. This is Brendan Goddard in his new number, Brent Prismall's old number 9, his new club. And we're playing halves in the games tonight. 17.5 minutes with no time on, plus 2.5 minutes with time on. So about 21-minute halves in the games tonight. And this is the opening half of game 3. Both teams having a win earlier tonight. Pendlebury back to the hot spot. Nice pluck by Hibbert. It's had a good night at the office. Stanton Just inside the line. Carlisle.
Or is there any rules in the NAB Cup that you would like to see in the home and away season?
I'm not huge on bringing in too many new rules, Baz. I've got to be brutally honest.
I don't mind the goal umpires and boundary umpires being able to pay a free if it's obvious.
No,
and that's the rule here.
I hate that one.
Well, they don't pay many, and they haven't paid any so far tonight. But if it's obvious and it's missed by everybody else, well, you don't trust them? Not smart enough?
Well, no, it's not about not being smart enough, but that's not their area of expertise.
But they're going to be trained up.
Well, you can say they're going to be trained up, but all of a sudden they're going to, on the space of one off-season's training, be as good as the field umpires? I don't think so.
I think they'd still know a push in the back if they saw it, though, wouldn't they? Travis Clough.
If they've got 3 umpires, they should be able to see what's going on.
That's a monster for 9, touched on the line.
But again, there'll be a lot of people out there like you, Dwayne, that think that'd be a great idea. And look, it's all about opinions, you know.
If they pay 1 a year, if it's obvious, I think it's worthy, but we'll agree to disagree on that. That's one of the rules that we've got for the NAB Cup that we don't have for the home and away season. Goddard to Hocking. Early fly and no mark. Delolio might still get a chance at it though. Jetta couldn't get it to him. Jack Frost, turnover. Dyson Heppel! Brilliant!
Yeah, nice finish. I'm really looking forward to Heppel playing a little bit more through the midfield this year. He's certainly been lining up tonight in the centre bounces, so I would suggest you'd see him a lot more often in the midfield rotations. Just a poor handball from a young kid there, just straight to Heppel. Still need to finish it with a good goal.
Bombers back in front. Perfect. Palm down. Goddard for 9. Just didn't sit to him. 6. Chance for 6 from Myers. Post.
That's unlucky. It's beautiful ruck work by Paddy Ryder there.
Sensational.
Absolutely spot on hit to Brendan Goddard. And perhaps if Goddard hadn't bounced it, the bounce was a bit funny. He could have launched for a 9-pointer.
Wicks.
Nice mark.
Played NAB Cup last year but didn't make a home and away game, and that might be one of the reasons why.
Well, it's a ripping mark, Jace.
Did he change his mind while he was kicking?
So,
Is that what happened?
Took a while for the missus to get down to his foot.
Yeah, sometimes they're capable of that, the big blokes, aren't they?
Oh, crunch. Belchambers almost taken down there. Russell. McCaffer. Russell. Beams. Clark. One-handed. Carlisle. Hocking. Good tackle by Young. Comma. Had a good game 1. First touch for game 2. Pears.
Vision.
Hibbert plays on quickly, half smothered. Opens up for Collingwood. Cracker. Clever. Almost too clever.
There needed to be a handball.
Hardigan cuts it off. Hooker.
Some interesting kicks going on out there at the moment.
Paddy Ryder. Maybe fatigue setting in. It's been a hot night. And it's only early. Feb 15, of course. Johnson.
Guys, just quickly, Benny Reid's coming off. He's had a head clash in that last contest with Bell Chambers. Would have been heart in the mouth there for Buckley, having his key defender absolutely going back with the flight of the ball in round 1. You'd almost tell him just to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, he looks like he might have a bit of claret flowing, Cam, I think.
Jack Frost's kick. Tough for Pendlebury to gather, and he couldn't get there in time to gather it. Stolen from them by Merritt. Myers. Russell. Also had a good night. His first night at his new club.
Certainly Russell has shown that footy smarts. He's filled the gaps really nicely there at times. Generally used the ball pretty well.
Little flick back Gleeson. Slight body. Goddard gets it up in time. Now Belchambers in the pocket. Jack Frost with the fist.
Probably not a great kick from Myers. It was okay, but could have been. Here we see Reid going back. Yeah, just an elbow to the back. Yeah. Good contest from all of them.
Nothing malicious. Everyone had their eyes on the footy.
37 seconds from half time of this game 3. And that'll be a free kick to the Bombers. So time enough for a Bombers score. Carlisle.
Looks like Ben Reed's going to come back with a little bit of the mummy's headgear on, just to cover it. It's the only way they can cover up those cuts.
Hooker. Called to go. Down to 15 seconds. Pears. Short pass. Turnover. Maybe a chance for a Collingwood score. Elliott. Lynch. Pendlebury. Harry O needs to launch it. Launch it now from 50.
Would have only been 6.
1 point game at half-time in game 3. Half-time in this game 3 tonight. Nick Maxwell barking instructions. He has become one of the great modern leaders. And it's a 1 point game with a half to go.
For the 2011 draft camp, elite
pretty handy.
in power, elite in speed, elite in agility, and above average in endurance. That is not a bad base to start with, is it?
Well, I think we're all looking forward to seeing him play. I saw him play the SCG in the seconds last year, and he's a Rolls Royce. He moves absolutely magnificently.
So we're underway. It's the second half, and the winner of this match will be the one that comes through with 2 wins from 2 matches. So plenty to play for both Collingwood and Essendon.
Separate a metre, guys. Separate a metre. 1 metre. Holding, it's got Pendlebury free kick.
So Pendlebury to take the free.
Yeah, that's against Luke Davis, who's had the job of shadowing him, and he's just got caught behind him, reached out and grabbed him by the jumper.
This is the first free kick we've seen around a stoppage, which is quite unusual.
Sinclair gathers on the move, kicks around the body, doesn't bring it around far enough.
It's been pretty handy tonight, Sinclair.
Yeah, look, he mightn't have got a return there, but his speed at ground level, the ability to pick it up cleanly and get a shot away, it creates a lot of opportunities.
Hibbert sits up for Seedsman to go up. Witts was in front of him. Stanton the crumb caught. Beams just couldn't quite break free. Clark dragged down. Good contest this. Beams. Russell can kick a long ball. That'll be for 9 from just outside 50. All square. And by the way, if it's a draw at full time, it stands as a draw. Tonight, no extra time in the opening round of the NAB Cup.
The upside, Dwayne, for Jordan Russell playing so well and being solid across half-back is they then get the opportunity, Collingwood, or Nathan Buckley in particular, to play Harry O'Brien or Heath Shaw up on a wing, and they look like really aggressive natural wingmen.
Witts. Hocking. Myers.
He turned the
gang tackled.
Throw it in, tackled over the line.
116 games for Carlton. Jordan Russell had some very, very good seasons. Left as a free agent, wearing Chris Tarrant's old number 2, and he's had a fantastic night at the office.
We spoke about their recruits before, boys. Russell, Young, Lynch. Who do you reckon's a better one? Who's the pick amongst a bunch?
Russell stakes a claim.
On form tonight, it's Jordan Russell, but I think all 3 of them have plenty to offer for the Pies.
Jetta on the line, so it'll be for 6.
Well, I think it's important for them winning the premiership. That type of player, Jace, was the missing ingredients last year.
Yeah, having said that, I think there's a big for Clinton Young to play as well, because they need outside.
I think they're all going to be really valuable.
Yep.
There's no question about that. And Lynch might prove over the course of the year to be the 3rd best of the players in form, but I think if he plays really, really well, I'm presuming Young and Russell are going to have good years.
Yeah.
If plays really, really well, I reckon they will go really well this year and could potentially win a grand final.
Jetta handed Brownston. Jack Frost to Seedsman. Not a lot out there for him. Just pumps it long and wide. Davis. It's Luke Davis. Did play in the NAB Cup last year, but yet to play a home and away game. Almost. That's a free kick. Got one to the face. And Jetta plays on to advantage and goals.
And bearing in mind too, remember last year Maxwell had to go in the ruck, and I think that really hurt them as well. I mean, when Dawes was struggling, and we see here really good contest by Hurley, and a nice finish from Jetta as well. But we saw last year, and I think that really hurt them. I just think if Lynch plays well, kicks 20 to 30 goals as a forward and can go in the ruck, I think he could be the real key out of the three of them.
It's been a crazy summer for the Bombers. Nasty last couple of weeks. But they can finish with a smile tonight if they can come away with 2 victories. Pendlebury gives it up to Young. Hooker. Heppel. Essendon's had the rest. They played game 1, had the rest between games 1 and 3. Collingwood, the team that's played back-to-back games, but not Reid. He didn't play in game 1. He's still fresh.
It was interesting talking to Dale Thomas earlier when he sat in on the previous game. Dwayne just saying as a player he would prefer to play the 2 games back-to-back rather than having to warm down and warm back up again.
Although a night like tonight when it's 28 degrees, maybe that's the exception to the rule. Jetta having a good game, good night. Well, spears it to Hocking.
As Barry Hall has told us, the cool change has come in for this match.
Stanton.
So conditions beautiful for playing right now.
Brown. Pop pass from Pears is good. Cramery.
A lot of Collingwood numbers back.
Sits it up, hoping for Paddy Ryder. Couldn't get the fly. Belchambers nearly pulled it down. Gets his own crumb. Gives to Brown. Kick smothered. Ryder can't collect it. Off hands. Kick half smothered from the boot of Kavanagh. And it was touched across the line, so it'll be a ball in.
Talked a bit about the Pies, Jace. Well, what's the best you think Essendon could get to this year? It's a bit to like about them. I mean, obviously they started the year really well last year, dropped off with a lot of injuries. Where's their best, do you think?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. I find them very much a difficult quantity to gauge. I think their best gets them somewhere around the edge of the 8.
Goddard, a big inclusion for them. And on this kind of form, who knows? It could be a little higher than 8th come the end of the year. Hibbert, it's only early, Feb 15, but they've shown some good signs tonight. Courtney Dempsey.
I think they are hard to judge, Dwayne, because you're right, their best was very good last year, but it's just that finer consistency over a 22-round season.
Pears.
That was ugly. Well, they got themselves in trouble with poor handling. I mean, you could see Dyson Heppel there just apologising to Tate Pears because he mishandled it, shot it back and put Pears under pressure.
Hold that line.
It's Colin Mooney. Didn't play in game 1, the Irishman.
15 seconds gone.
This will be some kick.
Cloak on the line. Dempsey through the hands of Carlisle, and that'll be okay because it wasn't handballed directly over the line without being touched.
I reckon it might have caught a bit of the bonce on the way through too, and he just took his eyes off it because he was thinking he was going to kick it further afield.
I think he wanted Dempsey to run with it.
He battled that. McCaffer, top of the square. Hibbert, Cloak, both attacked it, crashed it down. Kavanagh's handball good. Hibbert knew he had the runner. Delolio caught. Young with the tackle.
Just turned straight back into the tackle then, Delolio.
So last disposal free. Brendan Lynch.
The game's very much been played virtually in Collingwood's forward half.
Cloak with a couple to beat Carlisle.
Did a pretty solid night tonight, Carlisle as well.
Been good.
Hold there, Ben.
Ryder. Myers.
Hold there.
Good crowd in tonight. Start of the 2013 season for the NAB Cup. People have been waiting for footy. Might not be the big dance, but any footy is better than no footy. Brown.
Move it on, play on. Zane, lead.
Myers.
Play on. Me.
Bell Chambers. Now this is for 9. Spears the pass instead to Goddard.
Well, this is an important kick. I think it's probably the player you want to take the kick. He's a beautiful kick of the footy.
Yeah, and you'd like to see him push forward with the Bombers, because he does have an ability to catch it over his head and he can kick goals. He is a beautiful kick, so I'd love to see him play, you know, a fair bit forward of centre at times during the year.
205 games with the Saints. He's the recruit of the summer.
And he has done it a bit before with St Kilda, Jace, but he did seem to get caught a bit in no man's land, didn't he? Look, I mean, he's a former #1 draft pick, 204 games, all Australian 09 and 10. But I'd just love to see him put a bit more pressure on the opposition going forward. As a midfielder, he can still play mid-forward rather than probably that mid-sweeping roll back.
Yeah, it's interesting. He's capable of playing anywhere or everywhere, but he never settled anywhere, did he?
That's right.
He's kind of been used in so many different roles.
Jace, you heard Baz talk about the likes of Pears and even throwing Hooker, Myers, all these guys, Carlisle. They can hold down this back half. It just shows how scary they can be to Essendon in their forward half. Hurley, Bell Chambers is down there taking marks, Ryder. You've got so many weapons to go to if these back guys can hold their spots.
Yeah, you're right, Cam. What they do have is a lot of key position depth on their list.
Hudson got the clearance. Cracker can't mop it up. Pears does to Myers. They've grown during the course of the night, the Bombers.
I mean, Bell Chambers is the one that's looked really good as a permanent forward tonight, which might allow Ryder and Hill to play. I mean, I know there was a big debate last year whether he could play the three of them. It is hard, but he looks very mobile, Bell Chambers. Kingy touched on that, the body shape, and looks like he's lost some weight. He does look pretty mobile, and he's been catching it really well tonight.
Well, they do become a very tall team if the three of them play, but just further to what Cam was saying, if they get in trouble down back, it's always Hurley's the first one that's sent back there, isn't it? And you'd like to see him, I guess, allowed to. I think James Hurley said he will be a swing man, but you'd like to see him just settle into the centre forward position.
Comma put down. Jack Frost and Comma having a crack at it, and I think Comma's going to win himself a free.
There's plenty going on.
Nick Comma, 22-year-old.
Well, I like the idea of a forward line built around Bell Chambers, Hurley and Cramry.
Yeah.
I think that's a very good starting point for your forward setup.
Strong body, picked 73 in last year's draft, and he's had a good night as well, Nick Comma. Yagmore, Harry O'Brien, he took that out. How will the umpires see that? Carried it out.
Oh, that's tough.
A little bit stiff.
That's tough. I mean, you knew what he wanted to do, and he did do it, but didn't have much option.
Gleeson to the pocket. Goddard couldn't quite bring it down. Mention the crowd. It's quite a good crowd for the opening night of the NAB Cup here. Close to 30,000 as we see the Harry O'Brien take out again.
His momentum was going that way.
I'm not sure what else he could do there. Anyway.
Pendlebury to Jack Frost. Yagmore. And this will be a free as well, under the old rule.
Under any rule, At least they're enjoying a bit of ball down in their forward half of the ground now, the Bombers, because the previous 6 or 7 or 8 minutes was all down the other end.
Dempsey to Stanton. To Goddard. And time on their side now.
He's had 9 disposals and kicked the goal, so he's had he had a good first game, good second game.
Struck it nicely. It bends. Post flicks the post.
But that time there, I think Pendlebury was on him. So if he can take quality midfielders and take them forward and take them out of their comfort zone like he did with Pendlebury there, it's going to be a huge positive for the Bombers.
Yagmore to Pendlebury, back to Yagmore. Went for a one-handed. Mops up his own mess nicely. Splendid kick out of side. Elliott to Johnson. Gets around Hocking and it opens up for Harry O. He ignored him. He pops it inside 50 and Carlisle up. Can't bring the mark down. Good contest, Sinclair.
Well, they'll get another crack at the Pies, but that was a horrendous kick from Ben Johnson.
Yeah,
they had options aplenty. They needed to run and carry, and he's bombed it to a 1-on-2.
We had Harry O'Brien coming next to him to give a handball to. I think Daisy Thomas mentioned Yagmore. He is an elite kick, isn't he?
Cloak.
Now, this could miss by 30 yards, or it could go through post high from here.
Across the face. Oh! Huge leap. No mark though for Elliott.
That's it.
Heppel. Caught a little high.
Is a little bloke entitled to sit on a pack like that? That was huge.
Yeah, it was good.
That would have been a contender for mark of the decade if he takes that.
It's an absolute beauty, wasn't it? There it is here.
Look at him just sit on top of the big blokes and get the second ride.
Has another chance here. Stays down. Hibbert. Hudson stands under it and gets a shot at goal for 6.
Just loves bumping into blokes, Ben Hudson, doesn't he? He enjoys the competition.
He enjoys it. There's no need for that, was there? He just wanted to do that.
15 gone.
No time on at the moment. Only time on for the last 2.5 minutes of the half. Uses a bit of time, but then sprays the kick. And through for a behind.
It's an interesting pick-up, Hudson, isn't it? You wonder whether Buckley's idea is maybe to not necessarily split it 50-50 with Jolly, but Daisy had a bit of a crack at Joel's about getting old, but certainly he's a competitor, Joel's, and he's very much going to be an important player from again. But
there's that Yagmore kick.
Maybe if they could split the sort of fit set with Hudson.
Yeah, I think the option of resting Jolly and having a bloke that you know is going to give you a genuine 4-quarter contest and really put body on body and use plenty of experience and guile in his ruck work.
Collingwood 2 kicks from the lead. Young to the pocket. Dempsey went up, knocked it down. Little fumble, Hibbert. Suddenly Collingwood a chance. Dempsey. Heppel. They get away with it. Hardingham. Russell's got 2 to beat here. Crutch. Knocked it to ground at least. Is that in the back? Yep. You bet it is. Steele side bottom to make it a 1-kick game with 2.5 minutes left.
It's almost like slow motion. He just falls on his back. He's trying not to. In the end, he couldn't avoid it.
Again, the clock will continue to roll here. Umpire doesn't call time off in this situation in the NAB Cup. Only in the last 2.5 minutes does time on get added. Across the face. Out of play.
It was touched off the hand first.
Touched off the hand. It's called touched off the hand.
So now you see the clock stopped. We're in the last 2.5 minutes of this second half.
Free kick, you didn't go to the metre. Paddy, you're free.
That's the new rule. Against Wits, ruckman must be 1 metre apart.
So if one bloke's standing there, the second bloke in's not allowed to stand within a metre of him. Whoever gets there first has that position.
I think so.
It's going to confuse a few big blokes, isn't it?
You want to get that piece of real estate early.
Well, what happens when 2 blokes get there and both refuse to move?
I'm not going to go.
1 metre, 1 metre.
Umpire barking 1 metre, 1 metre. Hudson and Ryder. And still time for Collingwood here. Johnson a free. 2 minutes as the clock keeps ticking. 9-pointer. Beams across the face. Free kick's been found.
Yeah, against Travis Clark.
Okay.
Hands in the back was pretty clear. Just getting a bit frustrated with the delivery coming down, I think, Travis.
Yeah, he does get it bombed on his head a lot, doesn't he?
Holding, had his arms, Collingwood.
So this will be for 9 as well if he wants to go for it. It's too far out though here, Witts. To the hot spot. Cloak can't get the run at it. Cracker through some legs, rolls it home, and it's game on.
He's a genius, Andrew Cracker. I mean, it's a toe poke through a group of bodies, but he does it so regularly. There's nothing fluky about this.
No. Oh, 2 defenders. It should have been a mark though, shouldn't it really? It should never have...
Look at that, there's about 7 Essendon players around the ball, 1 Collingwood player.
Yeah.
And he kicks the goal.
Let's go, boys. Ruck's in, let's go.
It's going to make the Bombers a little bit nervous.
Yeah, plenty of time, minute 15 to go.
5 points to margin. Hudson in the ruck for Collingwood. Ryder with him. Davis dragged down. Collingwood the clearance. Beams, they need a mark from this. Witts is down there. To the back. Elliott lurking. He kicks the snap. Misses. Still time though. Great finish to this. It's only Feb 15, but it's great to have footy back. Dempsey.
He's gone down the middle.
Ryder and Hudson. Hudson. Oh, nearly played on. Does play on. Clark. Side bottom. Centering kick. Witts. Cloak free.
Yeah.
It's a cloak free. Collingwood should win.
Well, I'm looking forward to a replay because there was a crush of bodies and a couple of players were thrown out of the way. You can see a couple of them looking up at the screen. And I think the crowd seen the replay on the screen and they didn't like it. Certainly the Bomber supporters didn't like it. But this would normally you'd call a lay down as there.
Well, if there was a free, there was no need to give it because the Bombers outnumbered them about 4 to 1.
He's missed a few in his time, but he won't miss this, surely.
Ooh.
Collingwood in front with 12 seconds left.
Well, it was a good effort by Ben Hudson to outmark Paddy Ryder, and then a couple of chain of handballs. Here it is here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's against Carlisle for hands in the back. He pushed him into Hardingham.
But again, there was no need for him to do it, really. I mean, he had one player in front. He was covering from behind.
There wasn't an enormous amount in it, but just when you saw him extend the arms and then the chain reaction happened, it kind of gave the umpire no option.
Yeah, really. I agree. But once again, just don't do it. You've got support in front.
It's all about the centre clearance, and Collingwood have got numbers back. 2, 4, 6, 8 defenders.
No need to tell you, the Bombers need to get it away from here. Pendlebury dragged down. Myers with the tackle. Hudson. Ball not clear. Hocking. A mark. They need a mark. Under it, Hudson. It's a hold. Free kick. It'll be Davis's kick on the siren.
For 9 points.
Davis's kick. But he's surely too far out.
Well, is this the time we go for a torpedo?
You've got to go to talk.
If he's not confident of the distance and he's having a chat with Brendan Goddard,
You've got to go to talk.
I reckon Brendan would be saying, mate, if you don't think you can get there, you've got to kick the talk.
Yeah. Well, someone should be telling him that, definitely.
Well, he's having a good conversation with him and he's going to go to drop punt.
Luke Davis, he's yet to play a senior AFL home and away game.
Still chatting with him. Kick the barrel.
Yeah, kick the barrel.
Can he live the dream? Gets onto it, but it's not long enough.
Good kick, good effort.
And Collingwood win. Footy. We've missed you. Collingwood by 2 points in the end, 31-20.